Okay.
Everyone else here, I have a special guest here, Dora, with me, one of my members in the Blueprint community. Hey, Dora.
Hey, how's
Uh,
it going?
great to have you. Thanks for joining me today. Guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe below this video so you can get interviews like this all the time from my channel, since I have a lot of members that I do this with. Dora is my guest today because she joined the Blueprint very recently, right? And she's
Mm-hmm.
already having success, and I wanted to get to know her a little more. And while I'm doing that, I wanted you guys to get to know her and see what it looks like to succeed in this industry. So Dora, can you just start by telling me a little bit more about yourself and your background and things like that?
Yeah. So, gosh, my background started out in real estate. I was a real estate investor and I was a loan officer until '08. After the crash, I went to work for a company for a while. And then I decided when my youngest daughter graduated, I was going to go back on my own again. So I was doing a little bit of loans here and there, but I went full blast, Then I found out about merchant cash advances. So I just did a search on what I need to do to get started on my own. I found you on YouTube, and here we are.
That's awesome. And I can see that you're, I guess, at your home, so you do this from home, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
Love it.
And you found you were on YouTube, you said?
Yes, I went for a search and I found you on YouTube. And then I said, you know what? I got to do this. I started working for somebody who did it. And I just knew that is a way I can do it and I can do it better.
So what was the problem with working for somebody else? So what led you to decide to do this on your own, pretty much?
The main reason was he was never available.
Oh, I see.
I had a lot of questions, and and I was ready, and I was really anxious. And he was sometimes coming to office, and he sometimes wouldn't. He just wasn't available.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I was looking for ways to learn on my own, and that's how I found you guys.
Yeah, and a lot of times, even if that person had the time, they wouldn't want to teach you the entire business model a lot of the time. So they want you to do is produce for them, and you don't, and because I get that question a lot. Like people are like, "Oh, is it better for me to work for somebody else and then do it on my own?" Would you say is it a good option? I mean,
Oh my God, I'm telling you, when I say the Blueprint does everything. I mean, the stuff that I had questions about was there. I've set up businesses before in the past, so I knew a lot, to set it up. But you guys even gave me insights to the stuff that I didn't know. Like, for instance, finding an address. I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know how to do that. The phone numbers, the phones, all of that, everything was there. I spent, and I still haven't made it through all of the Blueprint. Every day I'm just going back and learning more. So yeah.
Yeah, we have hundreds of hours of content. If you kind of count the weekly calls and things like that. I mean, if you haven't checked that out, there's a lot of stuff on those calls that we've been recording it for a while, the weekly Q&A calls, because that helps a lot. And it's not designed to be just used once. As you're growing your business, you'll use it more often.
Yes.
So you joined, and I saw your posts within our Facebook group. Within 30 days, I think you had success. So that was like back to back. So you got not only funded one deal, but you have two more coming in the pipeline.
Right.
I think you're going to be next Sabina. I don't know if you've seen her. I interview her, Sabina. She usually does like 8 to 10 deals a month.
Okay, shoot, yeah. I like to talk to her. But then I want to do that's going to be part of what I want to do. I do want to, I'm started with merchant cash advances. So I have a deal. I had other deals that came through that wasn't strong. So I'm waiting for one today that I think is going to be pretty strong, that I can close on that one too.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's a combination of, you can do a lot. You can really do a lot. I mean, customers, when you get a customer, nobody should walk away empty-handed. It's something that you can do if you really look at the Blueprint and see what's available.
100%. That's the goal, right? If you have only one product to sell, it's like everything looks like a nail. All you have is a hammer. So with us, you got to have multiple products. Like in your case, so there's a solution, always a solution for somebody, as long as they're serious about their needs. That's the whole purpose, and you've been taking advantage of that. So any other feedback, anything else you can tell someone maybe who is watching this and thinking, is this for me, or can I do this, or is this scam, or what would you say?
So it works. It works.
So
And
you're not.
I have my hesitations in the beginning too, though. I can say that. Yeah.
That's given. I tell everyone, like, you got to have your hesitations and you got to do your due diligence, right? So we
Right.
never kind of push anyone to do it blindly, obviously. But at some point, you got to make a decision. That decision could be, no, this is not for me, or yes, I will do it. Many people struggle by just cannot making a decision. That's the part I don't tolerate, because that's hurting them, right? So it's not hurting anybody else. You do your research and tell me, I don't like this product, or I don't like this guy, so I don't want him as my mentor, whatever it is. Like, you got to come to a conclusion. A lot of people go through life not making decisions and they're thinking, well, what's going to happen? So like you said, you're going to have your hesitations. You're going to be skeptical. All of that, they're natural human feelings. Like, we all go through that before we make an investment. That's the reason we're doing interviews like this, to make it easier so someone else can see them in you, how you did it, like within 30 days, because I can keep saying that until I'm blue, but until they see someone doing that, like you joined, like it was at 30th day, or it was like 28 days. How long did it take?
We had one closing time. It would have been, if I'd have closed on time, 21 days.
Wow.
Yeah, it would have been in 21 days, but we had to push it back for some reasons there. But yeah, I mean, the customer is happy. He's happy. Yep. I'm happy, turned out really well. Yeah. And then he has other things he's working on that he's going to bring to me again. So you just make it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Awesome. So what part of the blueprint did you like the most so far, that you would say that separates this from anything else you've seen?
Oh God, I like all of it, really. I mean, it's the knowledge. And then I could tell you this, it's a lot to soak in. So what I do is I may go to one, and I take it in bits and pieces. So I go to a part and I learn it, or I look at it, and all of it's over my head in the beginning. Then I go back on and do it again. And then you notice it's going to start sinking in afterwards. And all of it is there. It's there. So what I was really impressed with is how you set up everything. You had the website, and I know how long it takes to do that stuff, and because I did it in the past. The website alone could take you, up to 2 months, really, if you get the right stuff to put in there. That was amazing, I
appreciate it, because I know, like, website process, not the design itself, but deciding on things and improving things, that can take months, and
yes,
it's not a revenue generating activity, right? So you got to get that out of the way. That's why initially my team was like, are we going to really give them an entire website? Like, can we just not give, I'm like, no, we're going to do that, because I want them to focus on revenue generating activities instead of just designing and things like that, and learning WordPress and all that stuff, because that just adds a lot to your learning curve. You can't just ramp up. And if I'm telling that someone can start getting results within 30 days, we got to have the foundation for it to work properly.
True. That's true. Me in the past with websites, I kept struggling with what to put in it, how it sounds, is it worded right? That sort of thing. But when I took a look at the website you guys created, there it is, all there. You don't even have to think, just sign up and go.
That's awesome. So we already did a lot of back and forth because of my schedule and things like that. So I don't want to keep you long. Any last minute thoughts or any recommendations to someone who's watching it right now?
Yes. You're not going to know until you try it. You're just not going to know. Just like you said, anybody can tell you over and over. And I have a boyfriend I've been with for a long time. I went back to him. I said, man, I just don't know, but you're not going to know. It's not anything I can tell that person, but to try it. That's the only way you're going to know. Yeah. Only way.
No, I appreciate it. That's so important, because in business, there is no such a thing as zero risk, right? If someone is telling you that, they're not telling you the truth. You can't eliminate risk altogether. And business really doesn't welcome people who want guarantees anyway, like 100%, like it doesn't exist. At some point, you got to have it in you to pull the trigger, which you have done it. And obviously it's working really, really great. When I look at it, and we have 100+ people like yourself in the community, I always look for like common themes that what brings you guys together. What's the common between, let's say, Sabina and Dora, that you guys are successful in a short amount of time. It is that it's the courage to take action, right? You see something, you look at it, like you said, the training is very comprehensive, but you listen and say, all right, so I got to take this one step at a time. Like not try to devour the whole thing and try to remember everything. It just doesn't work that way because you're learning about an entire business. So I think that common theme is the ability for someone to do their part, then take action and apply what you're learning. So that's why, like when I saw your post, I said, listen, I want to talk to this lady and find out if she's going to support that pattern, and you definitely do. And
Absolutely.
what you're saying.
And then you're going to have things that encourage you in a way. I could tell you when I went to open up my bank account at the bank, the first thing the lady did was she said, you know what? We have accounts through here all the time that we can't close. And then I thought, okay, where's she's going with this? And I opened my bank account one day, and I had a meeting with her 3 days later. So now all the ones that comes in the bank, I'm like, okay, people want to work with you. People want money, So I thought, wow. So even though you start and you hesitate, if you walk towards it and start doing it, there's going to be things that's going to happen that you're just not going to believe it.
You'll be surprised that things will develop so fast that those relationships I talk about all the time, but those who kind of give it like their 5%, like you did, right? You notice that thing, there's a problem. People are getting declined right and left. So they have no place to go. They don't know. They need to know who you are so they can come to you and you can kind of help them through the process. It is just massive demands. But thanks for following the blueprint. And I know that I'm going to be hearing your name a lot more in the community with what's going on. And definitely let's do part 2 when you reach that, a 7-figure level, 6-7-figure level in a short amount of time, and we'll take it from there.
I cannot wait. Cannot wait.
Thanks so much for your time. Great to have you. Thanks so much for joining me today.
You guys take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.